I defined a... Okay, hello. Sorry for this sound problem. Welcome to my stream in the 100 Days of Code challenge. I actually forgot to put my headphones on. That's why you didn't hear what I was saying. So let me remind you what I'm working on. I'm working on a text encryption app, which is like many apps out there online. If you Google, for example, AES encryption online, you will find tools like what I'm currently doing. This will be a simple tool which will encrypt, decrypt everything. And first day I defined a spec which looks like this. It contains of 4 windows of 4 panels. First input panel, then transforms panel, and then the output panel. Now what has already been done, I have already set up React project, I set up Cypress framework. So let's start everything now. Okay, this will start React and React app, and this will start Cypress. Okay, I will make text bigger. Okay, so now Cypress tests are starting, and also React app is starting now. So today I planned to do a deployment to Firebase of my app, just as something Travis CI would actually do, because the only thing which Travis CI is now doing is it only builds tests. Here is Travis CI. What it does now, it just builds tests. What I wanted to do, I wanted to also deploy the app online after the tests. While this is probably not needed for a one-man project, this is a good thing to get acquainted with. Okay, so now Cypress also started. So these 5 tests which we have, 4 of them just check the layout, and this test checks the plus button, makes sure it works. Now let us try to check how to deploy things to Firebase. Firebase, I actually created, I think, deploy app. Okay. Firebase Firebase hosting. I think this might be what we need. Text transformer, yeah. I have created a Firebase project for this. Yeah, so now I have this project inside Firebase, and somewhere here I think we need to do the deployment. How we need to do this? Travis CI deployment. Google Firebase, yes. Okay, it shows us what to add to the travis.yml file. Provide a Firebase, and here we need to specify our encrypted token. Okay, I think first we need to install several global modules via npm Firebase and Travis. Let me do that. I think I could do it here directly. I would use, yeah, I think I could use npm to do that. While I'm using yarn, here I can do npm because anyway I'm installing a global module, right? Since I'm installing a global module, it will not be installed inside of this project. Instead, it will be installed inside of some global folder. Depending on your OS, it will be different every time. And also I need to install Travis npm -i or npm i-g Travis. Okay, so I'm going to install these two tools. Okay, Travis installed, and I think Firebase just now installed too. We need to generate a token first. Firebase login CI, and then encrypt it with Travis. Okay. But I just installed it. Just installed Firebase. I don't get it. Okay. I think better install them under Linux. Let me check again how to install everything. Yeah, yeah, that's basically you need to install Firebase tools. That's what I did wrong. It shouldn't be not just Firebase, it should be Firebase tools. But what Travis? Did we install Travis correctly? No. Okay, then let me try again. npm IG Firebase tools. Once it is installed, how do we install Travis? It doesn't say anywhere how to install Travis. I don't see it. No, I don't see it. Okay. Think it's going to install Travis. Once I install Firebase tools, I will try to install Travis. Okay, it's taking some time. Now that Firebase tools are installed, let me try to understand how I can install Travis. Install Travis binary. I don't know. IG. Meanwhile, I'll try Firebase login :CI. Okay, this is this URL on this device to log in. Open link. Okay. Okay, now I logged in with Firebase. Now I got this token which I needed. Now that I got this token, I can use Travis Encrypt. I hope I can use it. Program Travis is currently not installed. Okay, where do I install this program Travis? I'll just run this. I think it might be actually Travis CI, Travis-CI. Encrypt this token. I'm not sure. Installing dependencies. It shows here how to install dependencies, but it doesn't tell me where to install that binary which I need to encrypt the token. Okay. How to install Travis Travis CLI. Command line client. Maybe this one. Yes, I think this one is what we need finally. My god. And I shouldn't lose my token though. So now we need to encrypt this token according to the docs. But I need to use my token. Okay, somehow I encrypted it. Was it added to the Travis automatically? I don't get it. Oh, I'm sorry. No, it wasn't added automatically. This command may generate a warning. I don't get it. So what? Where is my encrypted token? The easiest way to encrypt something with the public key is to use Travis CI. This tool is written in Ruby and published as a gem. Okay, so I need to use a gem. Seriously though. What about this tool which I just installed? I think this one is no good. Okay, do I have this gem? I might be having it actually, yes. Okay, then I need to npm uninstall. Okay, good. So now I have to install this with gem, because this is a Ruby tool, it turns out. Gem install Travis. That's what I'm going to do. Okay, allow access. You don't have right permissions for blah 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 var lib gems. Okay, what if I do this? Okay, something happened. mkmfrb can find header files for Ruby. Okay, someone is calling me. I'm sorry. Hello, I'm sorry I had to pick up the phone. So let me complete what I was doing. So now we got an issue with this. So mkdf can't find header files for Ruby. Okay, I'm not sure actually if we will be able to install this Travis. I think we have to install Ruby first, which is a totally separate thing. Install Ruby. You may already have Ruby installed. You can check it with Ruby V. Ruby V. Okay, yeah, it says it's installed, but somehow in here it's not installed. So under VSL, under WSL it is installed, but it's not installed under anything else. With package managers or third-party tools, you have plenty of options to install and manage Ruby. Okay, then if it's installed, then why I'm getting this user bin Ruby arson. Can't find header files for Ruby at user lib Ruby. Mm-hmm. Okay, let's try this. They are telling us to install some additional packages. Okay. Okay, now that it's installed, let's try again to install Travis. I think now it should install. So once it is installed, I think we will be able to do the deployment. Hopefully. Okay, it got installed. So now we will be able to encrypt. Done installing. Oh no, we haven't installed I think Travis yet. Have we installed? Sudo gem install Travis. So it should have installed Travis, right? At least I think it should. Bash once again. Maybe we need to actually run the bash RC. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so we'll run it, just run it here. The name of the repository is now passed to the command with the -r option, Travis encrypt. -r, if you try to pass the name of the repository as the first argument, you probably won't get the results you wanted. I don't know. I don't know what's it saying actually. What name of the repository? We don't have any name of any repository. Let's check what happened with Travis YML. Was anything? Yeah, here. We got secure token here now. I think the secure token goes here. I think, at least I think that's what should happen. Okay, let's try to commit this and check if it's going to work or not. Inspect and move the token to the secure section of your trace if it is stated there. Okay, let's try to commit this and check if this works. Edit deployment to Firebase, and let me commit this. Now let's wait for Travis CI to rebuild everything. Yeah, it found one vulnerability, but that vulnerability actually more it's more about React scripts than about my project, because that vulnerability is actually inside the ESLint. You can see npm audit. It's inside the ESLint package. Yeah, I think yarn audit. We can do yarn audit here. The vulnerability is inside of the ESLint package. Yeah, you see, it all is inside ESLint. And that ESLint is required by React scripts. So React scripts needs to update their version of ESLint in the dependencies, but I think they still haven't done it. Okay, now it's building. Let us meanwhile check if React scripts, I think it's called create React app here on GitHub. I think React scripts, they still haven't added. Let's check their packages on ESLint. Yes, still it's version 6.1.0 and they need to update it to 6.3.0 actually. It says ESLint utils 1.54.1, but this basically means 6.3.0 here. Okay, let's see what's happening here. Tests passed completely, successfully, and now they should do the deployment, right? I want to see if this deployment actually happened. If it happened, then where is our app? Where is that Firebase? Not this one, I think. Yeah, this app. How do I know what is the... Okay, next. After deploying, it will be here. That's what they're saying. Yeah, but I actually need to specify what I want to deploy, because I haven't done this really. What I have done here is I provided a token, but I don't tell it what to do. Running commands before and after deploy. Yeah, actually I could do this while during the deploy, hopefully, or maybe before deploy. I think I can try yarn build. I'm still not completely sure if it's going to work. Yarn build, but then what we usually will need, if I do yarn build here, for example, yarn build, then build folder should be created here. Yeah, here. And this is what we will need to actually deploy, right? That's what people usually do. Deploying a custom project. Now I think we can specify to the project in these. What's specified here? This is fine. I don't see any issues with that, but we don't have actually firebase.json here, so maybe I should specify project name. Project name is what's our project name? Text transformer. I think also show me steps needed to add Firebase API to my SDK. I think that's what. No, I think that's not necessarily actually. That's not necessary. The default is public. That's what it's saying. So basically, if we could rename it from build to instead public, right? How would we do it? mv build public. I think this should work, right? This would rename it. mv build public. Yes. So that's what it did. Okay. Deployment change. I'm not sure if it even tried. That's what I kinda weird for me. I'm not sure if it even tried to deploy. Here, I don't see deploy here. You see, it's trying to deploy, install and deploy, prepare and deploy, and failed. Okay. Okay, it's saying missing firebase.json. I think that's what we need actually. Firebase.json. Okay, I need to create it with Firebase in it. That's what's missing. What was missing? Where is this? Firebase.json, I still don't see it. Please run Firebase login. Firebase login. Okay, I allowed everything. Firebase in it now. Okay, hosting. Configuring in deploy Firebase hosting sites. I should have used spacebar instead of an enter. Okay. Use an existing project. Okay, this one text transformer. What do you want to use as your public directory? Okay, here I can specify builds, and then we won't need this. Configure as a single page app. Rewrite all URLs to index-html. I don't understand this. Let's say yes. Okay, Firebase.json and Firebase RC have been created. Let's add them. Firebase.ac and git add Firebase.json. I think public we can just remove. Just this what's done. And now I can commit. Git commit. Edit Firebase configuration file. shouldn't have done that. Check out public. I think public was here before, right? Even before I renamed it to something, public was there and it was doing something. Somehow I need to return that public folder now. Okay, I will do it. I think there is a way of doing this. We will now check git return deleted folder from another commit. But I think I just committed the deletion. But I can reset it. Git log git reset. Just this way I can reset this. Git checkout public. No. Okay, did not reset actually. Git reset. I should reset to this commit instead. Okay, git checkout public. Okay, now it returned. That's good because that's what I needed. Other than that, I can commit. Firebase. I need to add Firebase files also. Git add Firebase RC and git add Firebase JSON. Firebase files and date Firebase config files. Okay, now let's see what happens if Travis CI tries to build this now. Actually, before doing this, I think I should have tried to build it myself without Travis. But let's see what will happen now. Let me check again first. All these Firebase deploy. To deploy, I just do Firebase deploy and that's it. And then it will deploy. That's interesting. I can do it just here. Yeah, it actually deployed. I think Travis will deploy it too. If it deployed here, then it deployed on Travis. Okay. Now, index HTML. Yeah, I think I know why. I haven't built it, so there wasn't anything in the build folder. Or, no, actually something was in the build folder. Yeah, that's what it was in the build folder. I haven't built my app actually. I think Travis will build it now and it will be fine. let's see. First it will run tests, and then it will do the deployment only. Some warnings, but this is fine for now. Okay, all specs passed. Now it will start the deployment. Well, first it will build actually. It will build the app. Then it will deploy the built app. Why is it not showing what's going on now? Because it should be showing build process. Failed to compile. Yarn build failed and exited with 1. Why? Because it's not complaining about anything here. Command filed with exit code 1 and nothing actually is explained. I think this might be because treating warnings as errors because process envci equals true. So it's treating warnings as errors. I don't think that's a good idea. So basically it failed because of these warnings. Okay, we can quickly delete all these warnings, but before that I will try to build it here myself. What warnings are there? Line 1, bootstrap drop down. Line 1, make styles. It says it's defined, but block is redundant in reducers. Line 22. Yeah, they're saying this is not necessary. This is not necessary, but somehow I like doing this so that if I declare any variables inside of this block, then they will only be local to this block instead of kinda being global, well, being local to this block. You see, that's why I'm doing this usually, but okay, we could remove this. Logo is defined but never used in app.tsx. Okay, it's built now, and now let me try to do Firebase deploy again. logo is defined but never used in app.tsx. So what? With tiles is defined but never used in encoding drop-down component. Yeah, with tiles here, it's defined but never used. Yeah, I think I can just as well check all the warnings here. Is it failing to compile? What are you saying? Let's check. Okay, deployment is complete. Let's check again. Okay, it actually deployed successfully from, yeah, this a little styling changes I needed. So it deployed successfully. Now we have this link, which you can go and check the app. But I would like to deploy it successfully on Travis too. So let me try to remove all the warnings. Encoding drop down, transform selection drop down. Here, yeah, they're all here. Line 3 with tiles never used. Input label never used. With tiles never used. These were the same. Okay. Still some there. Card is defined but never used. Now what? With styles is defined but never used. With styles, actions, grid list, box. Okay. I think this is enough. Now it's compiling without any warnings. Okay, I can use this one. Fixed warnings. Actually opened too many terminal windows, I think. It's like lots and lots of them. I can close most of them. Now it will build again in Travis, so let's see if it deploys successfully. What's this doing now? Firebase deployment again failed. It says untracked files, Cypress videos. So I don't get it. Why does it care about Cypress videos? because of that, I think deployment failed because it tried to commit, but it found Cypress videos. I don't think we even need to record our run on Cypress because I don't really use them. Do I have to where is this CI? Cypress CI. No, it just says Cypress run. Okay, you can just do rmrf Cypress videos, right? So that they're not preventing us from anything. I don't know why is it preventing us from something. I can't explain this. I think this would be enough. Delete Cypress videos before deployment. Now again I have to wait for it to build. Provider Firebase, we have this token. I think this one is not necessary here actually, because we have more or less we have this project here, I think. That's what it should show, yeah. I think because of this project name, remove project name from .travis.yml. Yeah, project name shouldn't be there because we have it inside our .firebase rc file. Here we have our default project, which is text transformer b70 b1 whatever, so it doesn't really need to be there inside here. And here there was a project name which is actually missing, so this might have led to issues. So let me actually stop this build. Yeah, and let it build with the latest commit. So the point of this is to automate the deployment for a situation where you will need to do this deployment very often, for a situation where you will be building things every, I don't know, every hour, because someone made a change. Someone makes a change, they commit immediately, tests are run, then immediately the deployment happens and we see latest version of our app online. So that's whole point of this. This is done for development mostly, but some version of this CI procedure may be used for production too, and is usually used for production. I don't even know this why there are such things missing which shouldn't be missing. Let me try to just do restart build. What I did was just remove project name from here and I'll set this line before deploy, but somehow something much worse was happening there. Boot in virtual machine. Okay. What the good news is that you only need to do it once. Once it is done, then it will all work automatically and you never need to spend time on it again. Well, unless your build system changes. If your build system changes, then of course. Another option instead of hosting, instead of a remote solution like this one, I don't know how you call this one, instead of a cloud solution, that's how you call it. Instead of a cloud solution like Travis, you could have a hosted solution like Jenkins. If you host it yourself, then you should be fine. It will do everything for you, but you will need to tweak it more and you will have to pay for the hosting, of course, but it's not like that's too much. In this situation, there are two ways people usually use Jenkins. If you want me to talk about this, one way would be to have a Jenkins directly on your development server, where it will build, test everything, and then on the same server it will deploy it. Then if you have another project or a third project, then for each of these projects you would need to set up a separate Jenkins. And there is another way of doing this, and this is to set up a single Jenkins which will handle all the projects, and in this case the deployment will be done from Jenkins to some other server. This is a better option in my opinion. Okay, what's happening here? I think tests now are running. This is a better option in my opinion. Why? Because managing Jenkins, that's actually a complicated task. You need to set it up, you need to manage multiple plugins, you will probably need multiple users with different access, and how you're going to do this for every project. What if you have more than one server for that project? You might have, right, production, you might have development, you might have some other server, maybe additional server, maybe a QA server, and on each of them you're going to set up Jenkins. It's just will be not possible to manage so many servers. So instead, if you have one single server from which you will be able to deploy to development server, to QA, and to other servers, to production, to anywhere. So this would be the correct way. Let's see, now it's installing Firebase gem. I hope this time it's going to succeed. Another option like Travis is Circle CI, but those guys are more business oriented. Travis is more like for open source project. Firebase deployment failed. I don't know. Specified public directory build does not exist. How can it not exist if we just ran yarn build? So what it's saying is that it can't find build folder. That's why. But we just immediately before deploy I did this. Once again, can I add these immediately inside the deploy? Travis deploy. Deployment script. So I can add script. Okay, let's do it like here. Immediately here. Script. If I do a script like this. rmrf. And there will be no before deploy. Let me try doing this. Moved yarn build from before deploy to deploy in Travis CI. I'm actually still learning this Travis CI thing. I used it for some open source projects of mine, but just for building the tests. I never actually deployed it, and I never deployed to Firebase with it. Let's try doing this again. I think now it should work. Hopefully. And now it's building again. Let's see. It's still saying specified public directory does not exist. Yeah, but this time it really doesn't exist. Though. What do I just did this manually? No, I think it's not going to work manually. I don't understand this. It really should be inside the either the before deploy. Just don't see how this is possible. Why? I think this actually is not necessary, at least. Git push origin master. I don't understand this. But I have to finish this somehow. I'll give myself 10 more minutes. Maybe I can add the yarn build here. I will try to add it inside install next time. Somehow this build file is not present when we do the deployment. I don't understand why. This could happen. I could try to deploy it manually. Firebase deployment failed. Is saying deploying hosting specified public directory build does not exist. How is this possible? Tell me. Okay, let me try to Google it. Travis Firebase. That's what it's saying. Skip cleanup true. Okay, to Travis, the git stash all step will remove all your local build directory before the deployment phase. That's why. Okay, let's do it here. Then it should be skip. Then whatever I did before should be fine. Skip cleanup true. It should be fine, right? Okay, let's try again. and let's keep clean up. True. To travis.yml deploy section. Let's try again. I think this time I'm optimistic. So if some issue happens and you don't know how to resolve it, good thing is to Google the error. You find some error. For example, here we have this error: specified public directory build does not exist. Then you Google this error and you should be fine, hopefully. In our case, I also add Travis and Firebase just to make sure I find what I need. And I found what I need in the first link, actually. I should have Googled earlier, probably. But I thought it's just maybe my mistake. Somehow it's not built, or I don't know. I can't explain it. They should have said this inside this deployment part, because they probably know that by the time you run this deploy thing, you won't have your original workspace already, right? They should be knowing it, but somehow I don't see that it was mentioned here. Normally, during the deploy phase, of course, you're supposed to create it from scratch. However, this is not applicable in our case because we're using provider Firebase, which I think is not running our script. I tried running my own script inside the deploy, but it looks like that one didn't work. Okay, I think it deployed. Seriously. Let's look at the result. Yeah, it deployed. It looks the same, but now it was deployed from Travis. So now after every commit, this deployment will happen automatically. Oh God, thank God, this finally happened. Okay. There weren't many people on the stream. There were 4 people at most, I think. Thank you for watching this anyway. Sorry for being too long, and sorry for not adding any code today. Next time, I think it will be tomorrow. I will work on some actual logic. We will probably add another transform. We will add AES transform element, and maybe we will have enough time to actually encrypt the text, but probably not. Yeah, probably we won't have time for that, but maybe we at least start it. So if you liked this stream, then subscribe for more. If you're watching this in a recording, then I will add a subscribe button in the center. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.